While we are facing a lack of motion and quarantine these days, words like isolation, uncertainty, scarcity, and fear sounded pretty imminent and close to people of Gola 100 years ago. In 19th of May 1920, in this environment of isolated Gola, Ivan Večenaj Tišlarov, a peasant painter, was born. In this little village, squeezed between Drava River and Croatia-Hungarian border, there was no bright future for a gifted boy like him. He finished nothing but the 4 years of primary school, and then he quit his formal education to help his parents make living and feed his 5 rapidly growing younger brothers and sister. When he turned 15 years, he started to make a living of weaving cloth for the rich people. In the very short time of leisure, he begins to document his daily life with drawings, which later spread on writings and taking notes of the old people memories, heritage, myths, and speech of their village. He was a talented poet, writing many lyrics, few books about legends of Prekodravlje and Dictionary of Gola with 12,000 old words which he preserved from oblivion. The next decade was marked by war and suffering while he raised his family. Because of the existential problems and worries, he briefly neglected drawing. But at the beginning of the 1950s, he heard about the glass paint technique, and with no formal knowledge about the reverse technique of glass painting, he started his long journey of self-taught artist. He was 33 years old, with a son who was 6 back then. He got up early in the morning, even before the rooster started his wake-up song. He dressed up, put his shoes on, grabbed his money and the bag, and quietly opened the door and snuck out, trying hard to reach the pathway without waking up his household members. He took a brisk of 12-kilometer long journey while moonlight helped him on the way. He was walking through 2 villages to take a train at Botovo train station to Koprivnica, where he went to buy 2 bags full of paint cans in different colors. He walked back to the station, took a train to Botovo, and walked all the way to Gola. When he reached his home, he rushed to his improvised studio, impatient to see the results of his first painting. After hours of dedicated work, he left the painting overnight to dry. Next morning, he rushed to the room where he painted just to see the whole paint was peeled off the glass. He had no idea what went wrong, because he didn't know that there was a special paint for the artist. He also had trouble finding the right brush. He took a few twigs, a piece of thread, and different animal hairs. He achieved the best result with a brush out of hair from a cow's ear. Back in 1953, he was finally successful with his first glass paintings. By that time he met the painters Ivan Generalić and Krsto Hegedušić and Leander Brozović, the founder of Koprivnica's Town's Museum. Leander organized an exhibition where Ivan Večenaj took his place among other talented peasant painters like Ivan Generalić, Mio Kovačić, Dražen Gaži and Franjo Filipović. During the 1960s, Ivan started to form his own style, which he based on vibrant, warm and bright colors, with lots of dreamy elements. He became the most known for his images of religious motifs, which he usually placed in rural Podravina landscape. His 4 Riders of the Apocalypse were published 1987 in the book called Bible in 20th Century Art. This was a tribute to many 20th century artists like Chagall, Dali, Kokoschka, or Picasso, from whom a biblical heritage has provided inspiration. Ivan was a bestie with many of famous people of his time, but he was admired by Jules Briner the most. They have many fun stories. When Jules invited Ivan to his cottage in Alaska for a holiday, Ivan politely rejected the invitation because he had work to do in the field. He was proud of his rural roots and never left his beloved Gola until he passed away at 13th of February 2013.